Palbo, honey. Radiohead.
Hey guys, what the fuck is up, you guys? My name is eManDad642, and welcome to an album review, the first ever album review. As the time of me recording this is the 24th. The same day I uploaded the first video, my first review, which is Curious Village. And so far, for one of my videos, it's actually doing quite well. I mean, this is only several hours after the video is out, so I can't really tell long term how the video is gonna do. But for now, it's doing good, and I'd like to thank all you guys for that. This guy's being super fucking loud. It wasn't the same cat as the last video. This is a different fucking cat. Radiohead is my personal favorite band, so I decided to review the entire Radiohead discography. But that means I have to review Palbo, Honey. The entire Radiohead fan base just disregards this album and acts like it doesn't exist. Unless for memes. Everything the band has put out since Palbo, Honey is way more interesting and artistically innovative for the genre, or genres. Palbo, Honey is a perfectly fine alt-rock grunge album of the 90s, but it's not a good Radiohead album. Over the years, it has aged pretty poorly. It's very simplistic and one-dimensional. Most of the songs are pretty catchy, which is a good thing, but I would much rather have more insightful, grandiose songs than simple, catchy ones, which is exactly what Radiohead did later in their career. The band's most popular song, Creep, is obviously very well known, and is, as well as Palbo, Honey as a whole, the fans' punching bag. Us Radiohead fans have made an ongoing joke about it being too accessible.
What do you mean? Creep is the only Radiohead song, therefore it is the best Radiohead song.
I personally think that Creep is still not a bad song, but it's nowhere near their best song, and I often forget it exists when listening to Radiohead. Again, the reason why this album is so hated among fans is this is the same band that wrote masterpieces like OK Computer, Kid A, and In Rainbows. But if it were any other band, this album would not be so hated. But if you really look at it for what it is, it's really not that bad. It's dated as hell, and it doesn't really stand out all that much from its contemporaries. But there's a handful of songs I like. Creep is still a good song, as well as Stop Whispering, Anyone Can Play Guitar live at the MTV Beach House, 1993, and Blowout, which I think is a genuinely really good song, the best off the album. But the rest just sounds like mediocre 90s alt-rock that sounds way too similar to everything else. Radiohead is a band where every album is important to the evolution of the band and their sound, including this one. Obviously, it's their first. This album was just a less good Pixies or Sonic Youth. Radiohead were not Radiohead yet, and it would take them a bit for them to fully realize their sound. I'm gonna give Radiohead's Palbo, Honey a 6 out of 10. It's a rather generic start to one of the greatest bands of all time, in my opinion. If you want to get into Radiohead, just listen to literally anything else. It's all amazing, except for this and King of Limbs. This has been Palbo, Honey by Radiohead. Fuck you.